Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel, of course, which is Mansell Media Corner. And yes, I've just been to Kingswingford, where I was born, and I still live there, and I picked up one book. But what have I picked up recently? This I got recommended to by my friend, and it is The Naked Civil Servant by Quentin Crisp, starring the late great John Hurt's Quentin Crisp. I think this came out in the mid-70s, but it's by my good friend Jim Jam Movies and TV. His favourite label, of course, which is Network. There's the back and lots of special features. And the disc art is the same as the front cover. There he is, John Hurt's Quentin Crisp. It's also got Phil Daniels, and if you do not know who Phil Daniels was, he was the lead actor, I think, in Quadrophenia in 1979, and of course, late in Blur's Park Life video from, I think it was 1994. So that's the only Blu-ray. This is an interesting story. I was talking to my good friend James Milliship, aka Jim Jam Movies and TV, and he got this magazine for £7.99, but you can't really tell, but I got this yesterday from Wolverhampton, which is 500 must-see movies. And this I paid for was £10, but there's lots of fantastic films and lots of great imagery. As you can see, there's Apocalypse Now. Of course, Poltergeist. Of course, the brilliant Predator. And on the front, you've got E.T. I think that's Get Out. Of course, Dirty Harry himself, Clint Eastwood. And also, when I went to Wolverhampton, I went into the Wolfram Centre, which is another shopping mall in Wolverhampton. And I was having a look at their graphic novels, and I came across this, which is The Eternals, which is the return of Jack Kirby from 1976. It's got The Eternals annual from 1977. So yeah, I picked that up from Forbidden Planet. And they also done 3 random comics for £5. And what comics did it include? I think this came out last year, which is Fantastic Four with, I think it was Herbie. But them also, which is something which I like, my 2 favourite superheroes, what them promoting, Deadpool and Batman. And of course, Felicia Hardy herself, Black Cat. And the second one was from an amazing year in comics. The year in question is 1918. It's the Uncanny X-Men 139. What a lineup though. Archangel, Nightcrawler, Kitty Pryde, Storm, Colossus, and of course Wolverine. And an Invincible universe which is called Battle Beast. I've never heard of. I know who Invincible is. I think he's on Amazon Prime, I think. This is done by Robert Kirkman, who also famously done The Walking Dead. And another good shout out to my good friend Tony over in the Retro Movie Zone. I know he likes talking about all things retro, but I've been buying these in lately, which is Your Retro, and on the front covers Greta Garbo, I think, and of course classic Kirk and Spock, aka Leonard Nimoy and William Shatner. Of course, you got a legendary Roddy McDowell, Doctor Who, and of course Sean Connery. And on the back, something from Ealing Studios, which I've never seen. I'm tempted to pick it up, mind you, though, which is The Lady Killers with the late, great Obi-Wan Kenobi, Alec Guinness, Peter Sellers in one of his first roles, I think, Cecil Parker, Herbert Lom, Danny Green, Jack Warner, Frankie Howard, and Katie Johnson. This was at the time made at Ealing Studio, and it's a Michael Balcon production. So yes, if you like your retro, like TV and films and just general gossip, you know, this is an ideal for, especially its price, £4.19p. And what was the only pickup, you may think, from 2019? Can't really tell by the price, but it's £10. It's Marvel Encyclopedia, but they had this, they had this and the DC Universe, one which was introduced by Jim Lee, but it's Stan the Man Lee, the late great. But I do like my Marvel and I do like my DC heroes. So that's all the pickups, what I've picked up recently. There will be some more coming up next week because HMV are doing the 2 for £15 on British, on the vintage classics, and you get tons of legendary films like The Elephant Man, The Lady Killers, etc. So yes, do excuse me. So that's all for the pickups what I've had recently. So before I go, don't forget to like, please share and subscribe. I will leave a link from my good friend James Millership, aka Jim John Movies and TV. He also likes his charity shop pickups, but he's a big, huge fan of network releases, and lately he likes his BFI, which is cool. And if, like I said, Tony's Retro Movie Zone loves all things retro films. His two biggest films is Saturday Night Fever and Close Encounters of the Third Kind. So yeah, like I said, I will leave a link. Because as always, there will be some of the fellow blue tubers or YouTubers who I will leave a link in as shout out. So give them guys a massive sub. They all deserve the love. So like I said, don't forget to like, please share and subscribe to the channel, and goodbye folks, and have a great rest of the Tuesday. So thank you, goodbye folks, goodbye.